What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is not only day 7 of the 3rd annual 10 Days of Pumpkin, but it's also Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Ellicottville Brewing Company, and they're out of Ellicottville, New York, and this is their Pumpkinville Latte Nitro. So this is a pumpkin ale that is brewed with pumpkin, coffee, and seasonal spices, then thrown in a nitro can. It comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume, 17 IBUs. And at the time of review, this can is just under 2 months old. So, full disclosure, I've had this one before, but I haven't had the nitro version. I had this on tap last year. It was actually last fall at a beer festival. I know that sounds crazy, 2020, middle of pandemic, beer festival. It sounds not like nonsense nowadays, but yeah, I was at a beer festival and I actually had 2 pours of it, and it was really good. It had a nice coffee kick to it. Nothing was overpowering. There was a nice coffee kick to it, some nice spices. It was really good, but I've never had like a full bottle of it. So when I saw the nitro version this year, I'm like, that sounds good, because if there's one thing that I've been talking about when it comes to coffee beers for a long time, and you've seen them in the past couple of reviews here over the 10 Days of Pumpkin, a lot of times they lack in the mouthfeel. Like, I want to drink a pumpkin spice latte kind of in beer form, and more often than not, they're a little bit overcarb in the mouthfeel, just isn't as good as I'd like. And this sounds like maybe the nitro would cure that, because that's what nitro is all about. So Pumpkinville is actually, it says on the side here, a collaboration with Pumpkinville Farms, one of Western New York's top destinations for leaf peepers and adventure seekers. So basically, it's a pumpkin patch, and a lot of people go there and they collab with them, basically, and I just almost knocked over my glass. So it says, to truly enjoy this beer, gently turn the can upside down and return to upright. Crack it open and give it a hard pour into your glass. Enjoy the smooth silkiness that drinking beer on nitro provides. So kind of like most, I mean, whatever, I'll listen to them. Oh, look, I turned it upside down and back. Oh, everything's fucking great. We'll see. Also, one that I almost forgot. The coffee that they use in here, I believe, is from Premier Gourmet. So Premier Gourmet is one of my favorite bottle shops, local bottle shops here in the Western New York area, Amherst, New York. If you've never been there, definitely check them out. Fantastic beer store. They have so much more. They have coffee. They have a deli section. It's fantastic. And I've mentioned them before, but the staff there, very knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about. Ethan, the manager there, fantastic dude. If you're ever in the Western New York area, specifically around Amherst, check them out. Especially if you like imported beers, they have one of the best import sections I've ever seen at a beer store. So check them out. But I believe it was one of the workers there did say that this was brewed with locally roasted coffee, but that locally roasted coffee comes from Premier Gourmet, and that's pretty awesome. So all intertwined into one. Western New York Wednesday personified. Anyway, we're gonna crack it open here, pour it into this glass, see what we got going on. We're gonna go with the hard pour, right? So, you know how nitro works. I've done enough left hand on the channel. And I went with a bigger Woodcock Brothers brewing glass, just so it would hopefully hold the vast majority of this. I don't know if it's going to. No, it's not. I mean, this is a 16-ounce can, so this glass is 18 ounces. Poured most of it in. So anyway, yeah, that pours out like a pumpkin ale that's unfiltered. Maybe a little bit more of a darker, like burnt orange color than I'm accustomed to. Definitely more unfiltered than I'm accustomed to. About a finger of this creamy, super... It didn't do the nitro thing either, as much as I thought it was going to be. But super creamy, tan-colored head. Yeah, it looks like a nitro beer that's been after it's gotten done being poured, right? Like, I would wish it would have cascaded a little bit, but whatever. Let's get a nose. Oh, that smells... What the fuck is that? It smells like graham crackers in here. That's what it is. I was trying to... That's, you know, honestly, this aroma, even with like coffee in it, it has that graham cracker-esque kind of nose that you get from like pumpkin from Southern Tier. It has that graham cracker. I was like, what the fuck? It's graham cracker. Underneath there is a nice roasted coffee. I can't really tell you what... Off the nose, I really can't pinpoint the seasonal spices they're using. Nutmeg, maybe? Allspice. Doesn't smell like cinnamon. That graham cracker is so fucking crazy big in this one. It's unreal. Holy shit. I want to sit here and, you know, sniff on this for like the next half an hour, because the graham cracker smells fucking dynamite. Yeah, it smells like a pumpkin pie to some degree, but more emphasis on the graham cracker crust than the actual pie filling, which might be a first. Anyway, it smells pretty good. The coffee's not overdone. Like I said, when I had it last year, non-nitro, it had a nice little kick of coffee. It had the spices. I don't remember graham cracker being this fucking prevalent, but it smells pretty good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's pretty nice. That graham cracker definitely carries over. Body on this one, medium body, 6.5% is fine. The mouthfeel, this is where Nitro nails it, right? There's carbonation, but like it's so soft and smooth that it just fucking slides down the throat. And this is what I want. If you're gonna use coffee in a pumpkin beer, fucking Nitro it, I guess. I don't know. That it just works perfectly well. So the mouthfeel is bonkers insane. The taste though, it's strange, but it works. You might hear some sirens going by. Yeah, graham cracker right at the tip of the tongue. As it passes through, I'm getting like a pumpkin pie filling, but not a ton of emphasis on the spices. There's nutmeg, there's allspice, maybe a touch of clove. Not really getting cinnamon, not getting like ginger or anything like that. As it passes through though, the coffee kind of hits me midway through the palate, which is rare because usually when I have a beer with coffee, it's usually the forefront of the palate. This is like mid palate for me. It's a nicely roasted coffee, but it's subtle. It's not overdone, which sometimes with pumpkin beers, coffee pumpkin ales, they can just be overblown with the coffee. This one has a nice balance. I would even say it's slightly, maybe it isn't completely balanced because it's more of like the graham cracker and the pumpkin pie filling. But I like that nuance of coffee mid-palate. As it finishes slightly dry, has a decent residual sweetness. It's a bit sweeter than most pumpkin ales, but not too sweet. Not really any bitterness to speak of. This is pretty good though. I can't get over how big that graham cracker character is in this beer. I would say outside of pumpkin, I don't think I've ever experienced a beer with that graham cracker flavor like this has. It's pretty substantial. And I wasn't expecting it because, you know, they talk, you know, it's just Pumpkinville Latte. I'm not really expecting a ton of like graham cracker, like straight up pumpkin pie filling. I'm expecting some of that. I was thinking a little bit more coffee. I think if someone bought this one thinking it's like a pumpkin spice latte, at least the Nitro version, I think the regular one had more coffee from what I remember from having, you know, at the beer fest a year ago. But I think this one, the coffee may have died out after, you know, like I said, this is approximately two months old. So maybe died out a little bit. Same thing with the spices, but it's fucking pretty good. It almost has, if they exist, and I'd shoot it like a pumpkin vanilla cookie. Because now I'm starting to get a little vanilla tinge too on the back of the palate. So this reminds me, honestly, a lot of a pumpkin with like 3 or 4 months of age on it. If you've ever had Southern Tier pumpkin fresh and then you had it like 3-4 months, let's say you drank it when it first came out, like July, August, and then you had it again around Thanksgiving, you're talking 3 to 4 months. The beer changes substantially. It changes from a really nice like pumpkin pie with the graham cracker crust to like almost like a pumpkin vanilla cookie because the spices kind of die out. More vanilla comes to the forefront, and that graham cracker kind of turns into like a more of a cookie, sweeter sensation. That's what this beer is right now at 2 months old for me. Like the spices are still there, the coffee's there a little bit, but that graham cracker and vanilla, a real big vibe to it. The smoothness from the Nitro, it's really nice. Okay, so rating on the Pumpkinville Latte Nitro from Ellicottville, straight 4 out of 5. I'm digging this one. I think the Nitro enhances the base beer. I think I'd want this one a bit fresh. Like I mentioned in the other 10 days of pumpkin reviews, it sucks that these beers come out and are, you know, bottled and canned in like late July, anywhere from like mid-July to like mid-August. A lot of them are canned and bottled. And I'd like to see this one canned in September. So when I drink it, it's like a month old, you know, so or like 3 weeks old. So that sucks. But at the end of the day, not much you can do about that. That's just how it goes. But yeah, 4 out of 5, pretty good score. So price and availability, wherever you see Ellicottville, they've gotten distro into Pennsylvania, Ohio. I don't know if there's maybe even Michigan, but they've definitely gotten some more distro over the past couple of years. So if you see their stuff, you should see this at some point. I don't know if you'll necessarily see the Nitro version. You might just see the base version, but I'd say give it a go. Price point, $14 a 4-pack. You know, so you're talking $3.50 a can, which isn't bad for something that's nitroed, that has coffee in it, 6.5%. Oh yeah, 6.5%. I didn't even taste the alcohol. Like it doesn't even feel like anything's in here. Yeah, I dig this one. It's pretty good. Let me pour the rest in here and just see if there's anything there's no goodies at the bottom. It's nitroed. We're fine. Not even going to take a sip. Nah, fuck it. I'll take a sip. Why not, right? Yeah, it's, man, graham cracker, vanilla, cookie-esque, a little bit of coffee, really nice. So that was Ellicottville's Pumpkinville Latte Nitro. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Tomorrow is day 8 of the 10 days of pumpkin on the channel. I believe I'm doing the new release from the Boston Beer Company, aka Sam Adams, their Jacko pumpkin ale. Like I mentioned before with Sam Adams, they've released so many pumpkin ales over like the last 10 years that I lose track. But I'm going to give that one a go, see how it is. And check back next Wednesday for another West New York Wednesday. I think I will be reviewing you're going to see one later on tonight as well. I think I'm going to do 2 for this week. Yeah, probably 2 for this week. So you'll see another one later, probably from Mortalis, and I'll probably do another Mortalis one next week. If that's not the case and I fucked it all up, then I fucked it up because my channel as a whole is one big fuck up. And I appreciate you watching. So thanks again for stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Thanks for stopping by another 10 days of pumpkin beer and a West New York Wednesday. Until the next one. Cheers.